In the headlines, death toll from Zaria Mosque collapse rises to 10 as Christian Association of Nigeria condoles with Muslim Ummah. Serap sues Godswill Akpabio, Tajuddin Abbas over plan to spend 110 billion naira on bulletproof cars. Others. Notorious Sheila Boys gang kills man in violent attack in Adamawa State. And on the foreign scene, rebel group attacks police convoy in Somalia. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I'm Aisha Salihu. Many thanks for joining us at this hour. We'll begin with an update on the death toll in the Zaria Mosque collapse, which has now risen to 10 as sympathizers have been trooping in to console families of the deceased. Our reporter in Zaria, Abubakar Sadiq, who spoke to family members of some of the deceased, said they were all in severe shock following the death of their breadwinners. The report.
Nuruddin Kwarbay of Kofarfada Zaria is the son of Haruna Kwarbay. He said he was shocked when they received the news of the death of his father. He recalled that about 2 weeks back, his father called and enjoined him to always unite and embrace his younger ones as if he knew his death was near. Nuruddin, being the eldest son, said the vacuum created by the sudden loss will be very difficult to replace.
We
indeed lost one of great significance. 2 days ago, we talked on several issues with him. This is because most times he would tell us to look out for our younger ones and take care of them because he left them in our care. He said that to us very often.
A son of another victim who lost his life in the incident, Zakaria Haruna of Anguan Zaria, said the loss is irreparable as the whole family depended largely on his late father.
Looking at the fact that he was an important part of our lives, that we have now lost, we are sad and in a state of mourning. Most times we sit with our father. He did nothing other than bless and advise us to live in peace among ourselves as well as the rest of the community, especially our neighbors. His only desire was to see that we drew our younger ones closer to ourselves. I pray that God Almighty welcomes him in the year after and forgives his sin.
Meanwhile, the Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmed Nuhu Bamali, who had earlier confirmed the death of poor people, said he was not in the mosque when the incident occurred. The Emir noted that he went for the inauguration of another Jumaat mosque in Turawa, Soba local government area, but had to return immediately the building collapsed.
I drove into the palace. In fact, one of the victims greeted me when I was driving in here. But alhamdulillah, he did not die. He didn't suffer any injury, that one. But I think about 4 people so far have died, unfortunately, including a blind man and some others.
Mahmoud Ismail, member representing Zaria constituency in the State Assembly, who partook in the rescue operation, pledged to do everything possible to offset the medical bills of those injured.
It's not a matter of donation now, it's a matter of safety. There is an instruction by the Emir of Zazzau that those that cannot be handled by the hospital should be referred to ABU Teaching Hospital. And from here we are going to ABU Hospital. We are going to do everything possible to see that we take care of those that are injured.
Mahmoud Ismail, member representing Zaria constituency, he condoled the families of the deceased and prayed Allah to grant them eternal rest. Abubakar Sadiq Muhammad, Trust TV News, Zaria.
Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has filed a lawsuit against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas over the unlawful plan to spend 40 billion naira on 465 exotic and bulletproof cars for members and principal officials and 70 billion naira as palliatives for new members. The suit is coming on the heels of the statement by Akpabio that the clerk of the National Assembly had sent holiday allowances into the various bank accounts of senators. In the suit filed last Friday at the Federal High Court in Lagos, Serap is seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel Akpabio and Abbas to review and reduce the 40 billion naira budgeted to buy 465 sports utility vehicles and bulletproof cars for members and principal officials. Serap is seeking an order restraining Akpabio and Abbas from demanding or receiving the 40 billion naira to buy 465 SUVs and bulletproof cars for members and principal officials until an assessment of the socio-economic impact of the spending on the 137 million poor Nigerians is carried out in the public interest. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has suspended the Commissioner for Chieftaincy and Home Affairs, Olaiya Atibioke, for 2 weeks. The commissioner, who is one of those inaugurated less than a week ago, bagged the suspension for unauthorized departure from the venue of a 3-day retreat organized for them. According to a statement signed by Yinka Oyebode, the special advisor media to the governor, the commissioner was nowhere to be found during the signing of the performance charter. Governor Yebanji, who fully participated in all the sessions of the 72-hour retreat, had earlier stated that there would be zero tolerance for indiscipline and poor performance. The police command in Adamawa says the dreaded Sheila boys have killed a 37-year-old man, Umar Abdul Qadir. The command's public relations officer, Superintendent of Police Suleiman Ngoroje, made the disclosure in an interview in Yola on Saturday. Sheila boys are light weapon-bearing youth who are terrorizing some communities in Adamawa and some other places. They specialize in snatching mobile phones, jewelries, and other valuables. Ngoroje said the incident happened in the early hours of Saturday when the youth attempted to snatch Abdul Qadir's mobile phones on Ajia Street in Yola North Local Government area. The Adamawa State Police spokesperson said an investigation into the killing had begun to rule out those involved. Muhammad Abdul Qadir, a brother to the deceased, said the gang members, numbering about 7, invaded the deceased's house at 2 a.m. with knives and other dangerous weapons. The Nigeria Union of Journalists, Zamfara State Council, has called on the state government to strengthen its collaboration with the federal government towards addressing the security challenges facing the state. The union, in a communique signed by the state's chairman, Ibrahim Meizere, and Secretary Ibrahim Gada, said the Congress expressed concern over the return of incessant attacks and other forms of insecurity across the state and its negative impact on the people. The NUJ State Council, while commending the present administration of Governor Dauda Lawal for initiating State Security Trust Fund as part of its measures towards addressing the security situation in the state, it advised the government to immediately set up a special security committee with membership of traditional rulers, retired security personnel in the state, as well as other relevant stakeholders. It stresses the need for the state government to, as a matter of urgency, roll out palliatives for people of the state to cushion the devastating effects of fuel subsidy removal by the federal government. August 12 every year is celebrated as the International Youth Day by the United Nations. The day is to, among other things, extend a clarion call to individuals worldwide, urging them to unite under the banner of the United Nations and collaborate towards the attainment of its sustainable development goals. In this report, Noel Sampson gets the reactions of FCT residents on what they want the government to do for the youth as the day is celebrated. Let's take a look at the report.
This year's theme is Green Skills for Youth Towards a Sustainable World. The theme underscores the need for more skills development for youths as a way of empowering them for greater productivity, A lot has been said about what youth want from the country's political leadership. How far has youth upliftment programs in Nigeria been realized? Residents of the FCT, among others, spoke on issues burdening youths, such as the demand for youth involvement in governance processes.
Frankly speaking, this World Youth Day you are talking of is my first time of hearing that they celebrate a day like this. And I know likewise other youths is a news to them. So if really there is a day to celebrate like this, I think it's a wake-up call for government, because primarily every parent wants a child that will take after him when he's late or even when he's old. So government should start right from nursery, primary, secondary. First of all, let them make youth to believe that there is dignity in labor.
The youth generally, if you observe, the youth are not participating in government like that, except when it comes to election. That's just it. So I think if the government will at least allow the youth to participate in some of the activity, at least maybe we'll begin to, all these youth are the future leaders of tomorrow, at least we'll begin to see it from now, yes.
The youth themselves are very eager. However, they are shortchanged by the political class. They are rotating and recycling the same people. It's very difficult for any youth to come in because the appointments, some of them are bought. Even to become a candidate, you have to pay out of pocket. Youth don't have that kind of money.
You can see that youth did not have job. Anywhere you go, you see people are very hungry and there is no job. So I think government should try its best to create job for the masses, for the people, for the youth, so that the youth can able to have their self.
Pleas have been made to the government to create a conducive environment for youths, both inside and outside politics, to enable them become more useful to the nation. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And now, similarly, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has hailed Nigerian youth and their contributions to the economy, reiterating his vow to create 1 million jobs via the digital economy. He said this in a statement by his media aide during Ngalale on the occasion of the 2023 International Youth Day. According to Ngalale, the president assured of addressing issues such as job creation, education and skills development to digital innovation, financial technology and youth participation in governance to enable youth become more productive. President Tinubu emphasizes that youth empowerment is a fundamental pillar of all reform actions being implemented across sectors in order to create an environment where Nigerian youth can thrive and contribute to the growth and development of the nation. President Tinubu urged Nigerian youth to champion national progress, unity and collective prosperity for all citizens of the country. The president implored young Nigerians to spearhead efforts aimed at achieving the highest quality of sustainable development, which will shape the future of the planet in conformity with his agenda of expanding green job opportunities and advocating for renewable energy solutions as an integral part of Nigeria's current and future energy mix. Following the news making the rounds that the price of fuel may be increased again due to the fall of the naira against the dollar and the recent rise in global crude oil prices, residents of Jos, the Plateau State capital, are apprehensive that the news may be real after all. The residents say with the recent removal of fuel subsidy coupled with the economic hardship in the country, it would be disastrous if the price of the fuel is increased beyond the current price of 617 naira. Adomusa completes the story.
At the popular Bauchi Motor Park, located in Jos North local government area of the state, a good number of vehicles are seen parked within the motor park. Drivers say the development is connected to the hike in price of fuel and the lack of passengers traveling from Jos to other parts of the country in recent time. Although the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other oil marketers have not announced any increase in petrol price, they confirm that the scarcity of foreign exchange is a key factor that determines PMS price. Drivers and passengers at the park told Trust TV that Such development would further cripple the economy of the country and put the common man into further hardship.
We are saddened
by the news that possibly there will be an increase in fuel price due to the fall of Naira. All motorists are shocked by the news because we are still dealing with the pain of the last increment of the pump price of fuel. We will be put into more trouble if the price is actually increased. The implication is that we may at the end of the day park our vehicles. Government should do something. This news will not be good to all Nigerians. Anything that has to do with fuel will definitely be affected by the development. Everybody is feeling the current hardship. As a matter of urgency, the federal government should look at what is happening in the country and do something.
I will say that this rumor should not come into play, because at the moment the situation around the country or within Nigeria is not very funny. All commuters are feeling it, whether you are traveling or you are not traveling. One way or the other, you buy in the market. You are in Lagos, you are in Maiduguri, you are in Yola. Everybody is feeling the heat. So we will just want to appeal to the government that at this time they should be very, very sensitive and listen to the voice of the people, and that is the voice of Nigeria.
Since after the implementation of the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu, Nigerians have been decrying the hike in price of goods and services in the country. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at effects of denial of exclusive breastfeeding. Details of this story and more to come after the break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is a news update on Trust TV. Here is a recap of some of our major stories. We told you that death toll from Zaria Mosque collapse rises to 10 as Christian Association of Nigeria condoles with Muslim Ummah. And Serap sues Godswill Akpabio, Tajuddin Abbas over plan to spend 110 billion naira on bulletproof cars. Others. And now moving to more stories, the Ogun State government has issued a 3-day ultimatum to traders who contravene the state environmental law by occupying unauthorized spots to vacate such places or face the consequence of being fined or having their goods confiscated. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Razak Ojetola, said this in a statement in Abeokuta, adding that the move away order became necessary due to the dangers the traders got exposed to. Ojetola also argued that there were enough spaces in the government-approved markets to accommodate the traders, noting that some activities by traders have led to the blockage of drainage channels. And now to health matters. Some women of childbearing age in Bauchi State have been speaking on barriers to the survival of their children. Among the challenges is the alleged denial of 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding by some family members, including spouses. The women spoke in Azari, Katagum local government area of Bauchi State when a team of journalists visited some primary healthcare facilities within the locality. Adamu Imam has details.
Some nursing mothers said they embrace exclusive breastfeeding because it prevents them from getting pregnant in a short time and also boosts their infant's cognitive ability.
Even the itching that comes with teething, my baby didn't experience it because of exclusive breastfeeding. The only thing that she experienced was a rise in her body temperature occasionally. Henceforth, I will not stop exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months since I realized it is good for our babies and us too. I experienced serious problems from my in-laws and members of the family and the community as well, saying that I will kill my child simply because I decided to exclusively breastfeed him. But we had to continue like that despite the pressure from them. The baby's father and I even quarreled because he felt that since his parents didn't do such, he didn't expect me to do so.
Working mothers at the facilities also share their experiences on how they balance breastfeeding with work while coping with the situation during those hours.
I always rush home and breastfeed my baby to prevent someone from giving my baby something or water before it is 6 months. That way, my baby would not demand any milk until I get home. We workers find it difficult to breastfeed during work hours. We wait until during break time and sneak out of the office and go back home to breastfeed them. Despite having another way of preserving milk for them at home, it is more comfortable for the baby to be closer to you during breastfeeding. After 6 months, we can comfortably leave them at home with supplementary food.
Meanwhile, the member Bauchi State House of Assembly and Chairman House Committee on Health recently assured Bauchi mothers of enacting a law that will establish crèches for nursing mothers at their workplaces for the survival of their babies.
To include that space corner in the law so that law will be passed with that provision. And we'll try our best to ensure that all stakeholders, that's the private sectors, will be also included to provide corner for breastfeeding workers and others to have space and where they can engage their nannies and give maximum breastfeeding to their newborn children.
UNICEF nutrition specialist Philomena Irene said exclusive breastfeeding increases the chance of child survival and prevents stunting and malnourishing in infants. She added that kids who are not breastfed between 2 hours and 23 hours of birth stand the risk of death within 28 days. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
The federal government, through the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, is in collaboration with partners to promote sustainable economic growth and development by creating a bio-based economy that will contribute to job creation, poverty reduction, food security, and increased access to energy. This was revealed at the South-South Regional Sensitization Exercise in Asaba, Delta State. The sensitization, which was aimed at developing modalities for the implementation of the cassava bioethanol project, as well as educate the stakeholders for their buy-in, attracted many cassava farmers and university researchers. The promoters say development of the cassava bioethanol value chain is a veritable pathway to revamping the country's economy.
So, to improve our food security. You know, the cassava is a very dynamic crop. So we hope to, by boosting the production of cassava, we hope to use cassava for the production of bioethanol. We can also use cassava in our various industries.
We know that it will be possible because there is now a will. We desire that agriculture, which is the source of food for every human being, is going to have a boost, because one of the things that make agriculture unattractive is when you look at the cassava farmer in the village, one has this apathy. How can they survive? But with this biofuel coming out of cassava, it means that there will be more demand for cassava products.
And now away from Nigeria, police in Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland said 9 officers were ambushed and killed in gun battles between security forces and armed militiamen loyal to the opposition. The attack occurred on Friday in a mountainous area some 95 kilometers from the region's capital, Hargeisa. Police Commander Mohammed Adan Sakadi said Somaliland, which has claimed independence from Somalia since 1991, has never been recognized internationally, but it is often seen as a beacon of stability in a chaotic region. However, political unease has mounted in recent months. Since July, clan militia have taken up arms to protest against the October 2022 extension of the region's President Muse Bihi Abdi's term. Somaliland's Electoral Commission last month said that the disputed vote for the president will be held in November 2024, 11 months after party nominations. With that, we've come to the end of the news update at this hour. Don't forget to follow us across all of our social media platforms for more news, programming, and documentary. I'm Aisha Salihu. Many thanks for watching.